الله. Okay, perfect. And totally have to do that. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الحديث حديث محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الأخلاء يومئذ بعضهم لبعض عدو إلا المتقين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Zukhruf, ayah number 67, close friends that day will be enemies to each other except for the righteous. Dear brothers, today I want to be delivering a very short topic, a reminder for myself as well as for everyone else, inshallah, about the concept of friendship in Islam. The concept of friendship in Islam is not quite often talked about, but we do know it is there because we know that Prophet ﷺ, he had a very close friend. Yes, he had many Sahaba, many companions, but he had one specific friend that he considered a true friend, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Now, as for us in today's world, I believe more the youth are the ones who try to look for friendships. In schools and colleges, they seek friendships. Right? They meet people and they want to get to know them better and whatnot. Us older generations and beyond, we don't really seek friendships as much unless we move to a new place. But for the most part, if we're settled in, we don't really look around. We're not seeking friends. We're willing to to meet with them and get to know them. Alhamdulillah. But regardless of our age, friendships are an important aspect of our life, but specifically of our iman, and that's why I'm focusing today's topic on this topic. Um, Prophet ﷺ said that man is influenced by the iman of his friends. Therefore, be careful of whom you befriend. Now, Abu Bakr Siddiq, he was not only Prophet ﷺ, but he was a close friend of Prophet ﷺ before he had prophethood. They were already close friends. They already knew each other very well. And so when Prophet ﷺ had the first message, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was one of the first people, but he was not a Siddiq at this time. This is not what made him a Siddiq. But he was one of the first people to accept Islam. But how did he get his Siddiq status? His truthfulness status. This came from the event of Isra wal Miraj, right? Where Prophet ﷺ, in a single night, goes from Mecca to Jerusalem, and from Jerusalem ascended to Jannah, and through the Jannah he met all the different messengers, or several messengers, not all of them, but about 7 messengers. And then met with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then came back down all in a single night. Now as Muslims, as a side note, we must understand that as Muslims we believe this to be a physical journey. This is a physical journey, not a dream sequence as many modernists try interpreting it as. They say it's not possible for a man to travel such great distances. It must be a dream sequence. This is completely against Islam. We should not even accept this idea. Unfortunately, many Muslims they buy into this nonsense, thinking that this is not possible, and so it must be a dream sequence. No, it is a physical journey for Prophet ﷺ. So, And it ties in better to the story, to the events afterwards when you realize it's a physical journey, because Prophet ﷺ was telling the people of his journey to Isra Miraj, his whole journey of Isra Miraj. And the Muslims were starting to cast a bit of doubt. They weren't sure, like, that's not really possible. But it's the Quraysh, the enemies of Islam specifically, who wanted to create this unity. And so they started to intentionally tell the people that, he's starting to say crazy things now. This is what they were saying about Prophet ﷺ. And then they went to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. At this time, he's just Abu Bakr. And they told him, look what your Prophet is saying. He's saying that he went from here to Jerusalem and into heavens and back all in a single night. And what was Abu Bakr's response? Did he cast doubt as well? No. In fact, he actually, without hesitation, he said that if he, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said this, then he is speaking the truth. Without hesitation, he had full belief, without even hearing directly from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, hearing from the enemy of Islam. He said that if that's what he said, then I believe him. That's all he said. And from there onwards, he received the title of a Siddiq, the truth. Now, in today's world, we're probably not going to be finding such close friendships as such. However, that doesn't mean we should overlook the importance of a good Muslim friendship. So, what is a good Muslim friendship? It is the Muslims, the Muslim brothers, they love each other for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does it mean to love each other for the sake of Allah? What does it mean if I say I love you for the sake of Allah? What does that mean? It means that I'm not buying your friendship with gifts. It doesn't mean that, oh, I'll do anything for you, ask any favor, I'll do for you. That's not what this means. This means that you recognize the other person's commitment to Islam, their dedication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their dedication to Islam overall. And because of that, they recognize the same in you. And this creates a love for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you love that person for the sake of Allah. Because they're committing their life to the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fi sabilillah. And you're doing the same, so this creates the bond of a good Muslim friendship, because you see each other in that way. You don't have to know every member of their family. You don't have to be invited to their home all the time. But it's the fact that you see each other and you greet each other and you feel a calmness in your hearts when you meet them. You feel good. You feel like your iman is a bit stronger just meeting with them. This is a sign of a good Muslim friendship. But unfortunately, a lot of us Muslims in today's world, we seem to think that it's okay to make friends with anyone. And I'm not saying we don't recognize other people. I'm not saying to ignore them or whatever. But who we keep in our close friendship will have an effect on our iman, as I mentioned earlier. Right? So if someone who has strong iman, if you're with them, your iman feels stronger. But if you're with someone who has weak iman, then your iman will also weaken with them, right? Muslims tend to have this idea that, oh, I can have a positive influence on that person. I know this person very well, I can have a positive influence on them. But the exact opposite always happens. Instead, the person with the weak iman, he has a negative influence on the person with the strong iman. And next thing you know, the person with the strong iman, he starts to weaken in his salah. Maybe he's not committing to his sunnah anymore. Maybe he's not reading Quran as much. But this is what happens when you keep people who are dishonest, people who do not commit to Islam, people who do not care about their salah, people who do not care about the Quran. You keep these people in your close friendships, and it will have this sort of effect on you. So, one last point I want to make is that, a lot of Muslims will say that, we should not judge one another. And this is true to an extent, yes. I have no right to judge another Muslim saying that, oh, you're going to go to hell or going to heaven. I saw you drink, you're going to hell. I have no right to say any of these things. This is not for me to say. This is a judgment for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and nothing else. No one else. However, if meeting someone, and I realized in my first conversation with them, that this is someone who does not care about Islam. This is someone who intentionally does not care, like maybe he drinks, maybe he doesn't care about the way he talks, all these things. If this is the kind of person he is, then I have every right to judge and say that this is a person I don't want close to me. This is a person I don't want inside my home. This is a person I don't want meeting my family, because he is not committed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's not committed to Islam. He may call himself a Muslim, but his actions say otherwise. His words say otherwise. So we have to be very careful who we let into our friendships. This is no no judgment zone thing. No, we are judging other people for our own benefit, not to gossip, not to backbite, not to say, oh, I saw so and so doing this, not for this purpose. No, for yourself, because you do not want your iman to sink unnecessarily. You do not want your iman to go down. Now, if someone comes to you seeking help or advice, Islamically especially, you should not deny them that. But that doesn't mean you start spending an exorbitant amount of time with them, knowing that they are not serious. Excuse me, knowing that they are not serious about Islam. So, last point, I said that earlier accidentally, but last point: how do we find these people who are good Muslims, these strong Muslim brotherhoods, these strong Muslim friendships? Where do we find this? The answer is very simple. Right? These are the people that you're going to see at the masjid. Right? It comes to the masjid regularly, not just for Jum'ah only. You see them at Maghrib, or Isha, or Fajr, or all three, or all the Salah, whatever. But the idea is that they make an effort to come to the masjid regularly. Right? And that alone, you be amongst these people, you'll always feel different. But you'll feel more inclined to come to the masjid when you're around people who also want to come to the masjid. Right? These are people who are honest in their business dealings. They're honest in the way they speak. Right? They don't speak unnecessarily filth. They don't talk about unnecessary subjects and topics. They don't sit there wasting time. They want to they know what's important and they prioritize what's important. So these are people who are the mu'mineen, the true believers in Islam. Right? So all it takes is for us to make the effort to be in the masjid, and that's a start. You be in the masjid and you will meet people who are also willing to be in the masjid. Alhamdulillah. قل قولي هذا واستغفر الله ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه انه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. So going back to the ayah I recited in the beginning of the khutbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says the close friends that day will be enemies to each other except for the righteous. So what is he saying? What is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying? He's saying the close friends, anyone who claims to be in a close friendship, they will be enemies on the day of judgment. The same day in which a mother will drop her baby out of fear. Those who say, oh, I'll do anything for you, I'll always be there for you, these same people will be your enemies on the day of judgment, except for the muttaqeen, the righteous, those who have the taqwa. Right? You'll find friends among them. So it is our best interest, no matter what our age is, that we look for the good, strong Muslims around us. And they're here in every community, alhamdulillah. There's always Muslims who are trying their best to keep their Islam as strong as possible. But we have to just look for them in the masjid, inshallah. May Allah make us among the muttaqeen. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى إبراهيم اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. Ya Allah, please help strengthen our iman and make us among the mu'mineen. Ya Allah, please help us, please protect us from the fitna of the Dajjal. Ya Allah, please help ease the suffering of the Muslims around the world. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون. قم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers. We go for our Imam. Mashallah, we brought good topics for us. And mashallah, today, because topic is normally not covered, inshallah, we'll cover it. But just briefly, inshallah, as we pass Eid al-Adha, may Allah Ta'ala reward all of us who come together for their education to relive the Sunnah of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And also want to mention, the concept of death is sometimes missing in our hearts because sometimes we don't think that people can, pass away. I knew this brother who passed away recently for a long time. We worked together for many things, and mashallah, he kind of continued to participate. He did the khutbah many times here. Make dua for him that Allah Ta'ala give him a place in Jannah. We're going to miss him, and what was left now his good deeds. So inshallah, we make dua that we remember that also just like that. But take care of all of you, inshallah, to listen.